Hey guys, my name is Rebecca Carruthers. Today I'd like to talk about a few of the videos that we watched in Modern and Pacific Islands. We'll be talking about a very famous poet, Kijiner. She talked about the Marshall Islands as well as Micronesia and how people still stereotype them in Hawaii, in Lessons of Hawaii. Her poem was very powerful in telling a story of how people are not culturally accepted and understanding and treated with the equal amount of respect that each culture should be treated with. She also speaks of the social unrest and nuclear testing in the Marshall Islands and how many people don't really care for human beings as much as animals. And that's really what stuck out to me in a few of her, even in her statement and then her poem. One thing that I learned about the Marshall Islands and Micronesia is that they do have a deep respect for their culture, as every culture does, and they do have a deep respect for the next generation in pursuing their dreams and becoming better and being better. Another thing that I learned was that the nuclear testing just caused so much cancer throughout the Marshall Islands, and it's very devastating. And Kathy expresses that through her poems and how she talks about that it's not fair, that they don't deserve to have cancer and be in these unlivable environments. And her anger is shown throughout her poems, but it's very powerful in a way where it's not only anger, but it's some anger that wants to be something, it's something more. Through Kathy's poems and through her passion for her poems and for the Marshall Islands, it really helped me understand the extreme value of their culture. And most cultures do, but specifically Kathy showed through her immense passion for the environment and for her people, as well as striving to have cultural acceptance and social acceptance across the board for Micronesians and Marshallese. She even wore a traditional dress during an international meeting, talking about her poem and giving a statement on the Marshall Islands, talking about her baby and the next generation. And this was really important. I have a couple of questions. The question I have is, other than the social unjust, racism, and destroying of their land through nuclear testing, what other issues are Marshall Islands facing, and how can America help with that? Another question I have is, what kinds of traditions does the Marshall Islands have specifically? Another question would be, what is the political standpoint in cleaning up the nuclear testing mess? What are we currently doing? What is their government currently doing to help with this situation, to help their people? Overall, I really enjoyed all the presentations and the poems from Kathy, and I really think it gave me a sense of where she's coming from, where a lot of Marshallese feel like people aren't socially accepted, and that's unacceptable. Even not culturally, but socially. Socially, as human beings, we should all be treated with the same respect, and I think that's one recurring theme that she had throughout her poems and throughout everything she said in her lessons in Hawaii and her statement to the international meeting, as well as her poem about her baby, but was really about the next generation. I think this was a great opportunity to see where people from Marshall Islands culturally stand. Thanks for watching, guys.